Sometimes the things that hurt us the most are not the things we remember, but the things we learned to forget. Childhood is strange like that. You grow up thinking everything is normal, thinking that the world you lived in is the world everyone knew. You think that the way people loved you is the way love is supposed to feel, and you don't question it, because you were just a child, trying to survive in an environment that you didn't choose. You didn't know what was right or wrong. You only knew what you saw, what you heard, what you felt in your small beating heart. And that's why, when you grow up, you don't always understand why relationships feel so difficult, why you love too much or why you love too little, why you're afraid to lose people or why you push them away before they can hurt you, why you choose the same kind of partners again and again, even when they hurt you in the same familiar ways. It's not because you're broken. It's because your childhood taught you a language of love that was written in pain. When a child grows up watching their parents every day fight, scream, throw words like knives across the room, that child learns something, not in words, in feelings. They learn that love is unstable, that love can turn into fear at any moment. They learn to walk carefully, to breathe quietly, to disappear when the tension rises. And they carry that into adulthood without even knowing it. Suddenly, in a relationship, they find themselves afraid of expressing their emotions, afraid of saying what hurts them, afraid of being rejected or worse, punished, and they don't know why. They only feel the fear. They only feel the pressure. And they blame themselves for it, even though they were trained to feel this way long before they could understand anything. Sometimes it's not even the fights. Sometimes it's the silence, the coldness, the distance, a father who never looked at you with softness, a mother who loved you only when you behaved perfectly, parents who gave you affection only when you were useful, successful, quiet, obedient, and when you weren't, they ignored you, or they became cold, or they made you feel like you were the problem. So you grew up learning that love must be earned, that you have to be perfect to deserve affection. And later, you find yourself with partners who treat you exactly the same way, people who love you only when you give them everything, people who pull away the moment you need something. And it feels familiar. It feels like home, not because it's healthy, but because it's the only version of love your nervous system understands. That's why so many people end up with partners who resemble their parents, especially the parent who caused them the most pain. Not because they want to repeat the trauma, but because the brain is always attracted to what it knows, even if what it knows is harmful, even if what it knows is a father who is a narcissist, a man who never apologized, a man who exploded in anger and then acted like nothing happened, a man who made your mother cry in front of you, who made you freeze in fear, who made you think that love comes with suffering. So later, without realizing it, you meet someone with the same energy, and you feel drawn to them. You feel connected. You feel a strange familiarity, and you call it chemistry. But it's not chemistry. It's repetition. It's your childhood trying to replay itself, hoping that this time, maybe, the ending will be different. But it never is. Because you're not supposed to heal trauma by reliving it with someone else. You're supposed to heal it by understanding where it came from. And maybe you need to hear this. None of what happened was your fault. You were just a child. You didn't deserve the noise. You didn't deserve the fear. You didn't deserve the tears. You didn't deserve to watch your mother break. You didn't deserve to be punished for being imperfect. You didn't deserve to be loved only when you pleased others. You deserved protection, safety, warmth, presence. But when you don't get those things as a child, you grow up thinking you don't deserve them as an adult either. And that's why you accept the bare minimum. That's why you stay in situations that hurt you. That's why you tolerate disrespect. Because deep inside, there is a part of you that still believes you're not worthy of more. A part of you that still thinks love means pain. That still thinks stability is boring. That still thinks kindness is suspicious. Because you spent your childhood waiting for the next explosion, waiting for the next fight, waiting for the next moment where everything falls apart. So when someone comes into your life and treats you softly, your mind doesn't feel safe. It feels confused. It feels unfamiliar. And sometimes it even pushes this person away, because healthy love feels uncomfortable when all you've known is chaos. But here's the truth that the child inside you needs to understand. Safe love is not boring. Stable love is not cold. Gentle love is not fake. It's just different from what you lived. And different doesn't mean wrong. Healing begins the moment you stop blaming yourself for the things you were forced to live through. Healing begins when you look at your patterns not with judgment, but with compassion. When you understand that your reactions are not weaknesses, they're survival mechanisms. You learned to read the room quickly because you had to. You learned to stay quiet because it protected you. You learned to be strong because no one else was. These were not flaws. These were skills. But the problem is, you're still using them in places where they no longer belong. You don't need to walk on eggshells with someone who loves you. You don't need to hide your emotions to stay safe. You don't need to be perfect to be loved. You don't need to choose people who are familiar. You need to choose people who are good for your soul. And maybe that means choosing people who feel uncomfortable at first. People who are consistent. People who don't break you when they're angry. People who listen. People who apologize. People who make you feel safe enough to relax your shoulders and finally breathe. Choosing differently feels scary because it means stepping out of the life your childhood trained you for. It means breaking patterns that have lived inside you for years. It means saying, "I deserve better," even when a part of you whispers that you don't. It means disappointing the old version of yourself, the one who survived through fear. It means meeting a new version of yourself, the one who chooses love that doesn't hurt. Healing is not about forgetting the past. It's about understanding it so it stops controlling your future. You are not repeating patterns because you're weak. You're repeating them because no one taught you different. But you can teach yourself now. You can learn to pause before choosing. You can learn to question the familiar. You can learn to walk away from people who remind you of old wounds. You can learn to stop rescuing those who hurt you. You can learn to protect your peace the way no one protected you back then. And slowly, very slowly, the child inside you starts feeling safe. The child who cried silently in the dark. The child who watched everything fall apart. The child who blamed herself for things she couldn't control. The child who believed she wasn't enough. She needs you now. Not your partner. Not your friends. You. Only you. Because healing is not done by someone else loving you correctly. Healing begins when you love yourself enough to say, "This cycle ends with me." No more repeating the past. No more choosing pain disguised as love. No more accepting what hurts my spirit. No more confusing chaos with connection. You deserve a love that feels gentle. A love that doesn't make you anxious. A love that doesn't make you question your worth. A love that allows you to breathe, to rest, to grow. A love that feels like peace, not like war. And maybe the most important part, you deserve that love from yourself first.